Hey, where's Darko? Huh? Where? Hey, hey, Revolver. Where's Darko? Do you know where your children are? Yeah, so like I said, I wanted to check this out because I thought this was an interesting article here from Revolver. Okay, I thought this was very interesting. Beyond breakdowns and pig squeals, 10 rising bands pushing deathcore forward. So yeah, I'll just read this real quick here, this intro paragraph. I thought this was interesting. Deathcore is in a particularly great spot right now. It would be unfair to call it a resurgence since the genre never became less active after it popped off in the late aughts. But the proliferation of deathcore covers and reaction videos on TikTok is putting the music in front of new ears. And over the last couple years, many younger bands have proven themselves with innovative, daring, and decimatingly heavy new albums. Fresh influences are coming into the fold. The benefits of modern production are making everything hit harder. And the increased reach of social media has made it easier than ever for bands from all over the world to jumpstart careers. The sheer breadth of the scene could never be fully represented in a single article, but we wanted to highlight 10 standout bands who are rising out of the underground and pushing deathcore in brave new directions. So I'm interested to see who they have here. Looks like here they first have Angel Maker, rightfully so. Angel Maker is great. Armed with 3 guitarists and 2 vocalists, Angel Maker are like a deathcore militia, and their sound is effing violent. The Vancouver Commandos assembled over a decade ago and dropped a 2012 EP called Decay that earned them minor buzz, but it wasn't until their 2015 LP, Dissentient, that they became a force to be reckoned with. Their dueling frontmen Casey Tyson Pierce and Mike Greenwood continued to develop their chemistry in the 2019 self-titled album, but the singles from this year's Sanctum are some of the best material yet. Heavy but memorable, technical but tasteful and even more vocally impressive. Now, I won't read all these descriptions here, but I just wanted to read that one. But yeah, I think Angel Maker is great. I remember, I played with these guys actually a few years ago, and they're crazy. I think that they're great. I love the tandem vocal. I think that that's really, really cool. That Angel Maker has, and their new album is I'm excited for, because obviously my dude Johnny's in the band. Okay, my dude Johnny's now in the band. So yeah, they have 2 vocalists, but they have like 4 guys total that can do vocals. It's crazy. And Leech by Angel Maker made me like gutturals. Yeah, that, and I can't remember the name of the song, but it's that song that starts off with "It's only 1 step forward and it's 2 steps back." I love that song. That's what really got me into them. Next is Barbaroussa, which this is an interesting band because I have reacted to them like on the True Shot channel, and they're on Slam Worldwide. I couldn't really get too into this band, but they definitely have a pretty crazy sound. So yeah, as it says here, like I said, I won't read every description, but I'll read a little bit. The Australian unit, sporting 2 vocalists, 1 shrieker and 1 bellower, plays songs with tech deathy drumming and moments of guitar heroics, but also tons of mosh-worthy flavor, never falling victim to masturbatory craftsman. Okay, interesting. But yeah, I think that this band, they again 2 vocalists like they mentioned, but I just can't get into like that super death metal-y sound. But next, Brand of Sacrifice. I mean, do we really need to talk about Brand of Sacrifice? These guys are a mainstay in the genre for sure. Absolutely are a must. They're an absolute must. Lorna Shore, yeah. The thing with Lorna Shore, and I've said this before, Lorna Shore's music isn't necessarily my thing, but I can fully appreciate their sound, like what they're going for. They do like that black and deathcore sound, like extremely well. Like I know that they do it extremely well, and I can appreciate it. And obviously, their breakdown to the Hellfire, which is a viral sensation, which we actually talked about a little bit earlier. But yeah, their song To the Hellfire. Just absolutely catapulted them. And I think what's really cool about Lorna Shore too is that they've gone through so many vocalist changes. You had Tom obviously leave to join Chelsea Grin, and then you had the other guy. I mean, hey, some people, hey, he's innocent, he's guilty, blah 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 blah. Who cares? He's not in the band. But still, even when you lose a vocalist is a very key component of a band if you hadn't heard. And so when you lose not one but two, and then come back even stronger, I think that's pretty cool. I gotta commend them for that, for sure. Now, Mental Cruelty. This isn't a band that I've really ever listened to, so I can't really comment on them too much. But maybe I will. I've definitely heard of them. I know that it says here they're from Germany. And it says here, let's see here, the only remaining original member is frontman Luca Schmerler, whose vocals have improved tenfold since the band's first few years as competent Whitechapel imitators. Okay, well, I'm already in. I like me some Whitechapel for sure. And then it says here, A Hill to Die. Oh, actually, I think I have heard a couple Mental Cruelty songs that we've reacted to. I remember them being very long. I remember the songs being long. And then, it says right here, Hill to Die Upon, which leveled up the brutality, while also opening their musical palette to include breathtaking gusts of black metal and symphonic strings that would make Danny Filth proud. See, now that's a style that I just can't get into. Lorna Shore does some of that kind of style as well. I just can't get too into that style, but I can appreciate it for sure. Now, this is a band that I love a lot, dude. Paleface. Now, these are some guys that you've got to check out. They're just absolutely pissed. Like, they're not like these other deathcore bands that we've talked about yet. Paleface, like they mentioned here, like Kublai Khan, Knocked Loose, Hatebreed, they're just pissed. And they actually have a song that features, what's the guy's name from Landmark? Flo from Landmarks, that is great. These guys are so good. I think this was like they had a song that had my favorite breakdown, I believe, of 2020 was when we did that video. But I think Paleface is awesome. Shadow of Intent, shout out to my dude Chris. I think Shadow of Intent, again, I haven't been too into the Shadow of Intent music. However, like their new album I did enjoy. I think that they I thought it was really solid for the sound that they were going for. And I actually talked to Chris and I was like, I believe you had a solo in every song, and he goes, well, we have a solo in every Shadow of Intent song, minus like one track, and that's pretty crazy to think about. But yeah, their new album, Elegies obviously is great, and as it mentions here, Doer is a particularly strong vocalist who makes full use of his lows and high registers, but his bandmates also write kick-ass riffs and aren't afraid to experiment with varying tempos, as on the mid-paced stomping glorious leads of Fury. Yes, for sure. To the Grave, love these guys. These guys are just like aggressive as hell. Their newest record, which had like a bunch of tracks from old stuff, and it was like 19 songs, I thought was great. They have songs like really poignant message songs that they point out here, like Holocaust Australia and Kill Shelter. But there was like that one bone saw sounding vocal that the vocalist Dane Evans had, which was absolutely crazy. Vexed, I have not really heard. I do know that there is a front woman, as they mentioned here, but I haven't heard any Vexed that I can recall. I may have, but I can't recall, so I can't really comment too much. Worm Shepherd, I still got to check out that record. But I do know that their vocalist Devin Duarte, he's an absolute animal. So I got to check them out. And that's actually it. Hey, where's Darko? Huh? Hey, Revolver, where's Darko? Yeah, what the fuck, man? Where the hell's Darko? Is it because they're already in sick bands? Is that why? Don't matter. Darko's leading the charge, okay? Unbelievable. Disrespectful. But, I just really wanted to check that out real quick. Or Chelsea Grin. Well, I guess maybe because Chelsea's been around for a minute. I think that's probably why they probably didn't put Chelsea on there. But, I think, I think my favorite band from this list is probably Brand of Sacrifice. I think my top three bands from this list are Brand of Sacrifice, Paleface, and then To the Grave. It's probably my top three right there. But yeah, that was cool.